Well, first at 4, we're continuing to follow the conflict in the Middle East, where hundreds of people have now died. The current number, nearly 800. That includes 6 U.S. service members who died in action and 11 people killed in Israel as Iran sent retaliatory strikes. Today, the United States shut its embassies in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Beirut down amid drone attacks as Iran retaliates across the Middle East. The United States also urged Americans in the region to depart now. The U.S. says it's actively working on plans to help Americans in the Middle East return home. Now, of course, you can continue to follow our local coverage of this conflict at WSAV.com/Iran. And developments in the Middle East continue to draw reactions right here at home. WSAV hearing from different local communities about how the situation overseas is being felt right here in Savannah. Nikaya Harris is in studio with a closer look. Nikaya?
Now, Andrew, yesterday WSAV spoke with an Iranian woman about how she's reacting to recent developments overseas. Today, we're hearing from the local Jewish community about the conversations and concerns emerging as events continue to unfold. As developments continue overseas involving the United States, Israel, and Iran, local Jewish leaders say emotions are mixed here at home. Leaders with the Savannah Jewish Alliance say while there is concern for loved ones abroad, many community members are focused on safety, communication, and supporting one another. The organization says it remains in close contact with partners in Israel as families navigate uncertainty and ongoing updates from the region.
General relief that Khamenei is no longer in power, right? The Jewish community doesn't celebrate the death of anyone. We certainly don't glorify or celebrate war and the loss of innocent lives. But no one can argue that the removal of a dictator who led the largest state sponsor of terror in the world is a good thing.
And leaders with the alliance say they continue to encourage dialogue and emotional support within the community as events continue to unfold overseas. Nikaya Harris, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Nikaya, thanks so much. Developing right now, 3 men injured in a shooting on East 33rd Street today. According to Savannah police, the injuries were non-life-threatening. The shooting happened outside a residence in the 1200 block of East 33rd Street, where Savannah police, EMS, and fire all responded to that scene. Police say they're looking for a suspect. Of course, we will continue to update you as soon as we learn more. And some new developments now as a 17-year-old's been detained in connection to a shooting in Burton last month. That juvenile was identified as a suspect in an incident that occurred on February 19th on Cape Hart Circle. That's where there were reports of shots fired in the area. No injuries were reported. There was damage to a nearby property. The teen was charged this morning on charges of unlawful possession of a firearm by a juvenile and discharging a firearm into an occupied dwelling. And a man accused of killing his parents and son attended a virtual court session this morning to see if he is able to face trial in the future. This morning, 42-year-old Junior Thomas Babcock attended a virtual hearing to determine if he's mentally competent to stand trial. That determination, though, will be kept confidential. Babcock is facing 15 charges, including 3 felony and malice murder charges for allegedly shooting and killing his adoptive parents, Daniel and Connie Babcock, as well as his son, Junior Babcock Jr. That happened back in November of 2024. Babcock will next appear before a judge again April 14th at 9:30 in the morning. And the South Carolina Senate now has a controversial bill in its hands which would change the separation of church and state when it comes to schools in the Palmetto State. The State House passed a bill last week requiring the 10 Commandments to be displayed in classrooms and college classes. In addition, schools would be allowed to bring in volunteer chaplains, too. Now, proponents mention the historical significance of the document in the creation and framing of our country, but the ACLU of South Carolina says their argument is flawed.
They're not mandating that teachers post the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Federalist Papers. They're not mandating that teachers post a copy of Thomas Jefferson's Quran. They are talking about one set of religious rules that applies to certain religious communities and not others. This is really cut and dry. They are trampling on the First Amendment here.
The Senate has not started debate on this bill yet. Similar proposals passed in other states were challenged in court. The ACLU says they can't comment on any potential lawsuit here until the bill becomes a law. Bullock County Commissioners want to hear from residents about a possible way that new developments can help fund public services. Tonight, Commissioners' meetings will hold a public hearing on the possibility of adding impact fees. Now, the impact fee proposal would charge new household units a fee to help support the increase of demand on county services by supplementing the county's capital projects fund. Bullock County Planning and Development Director James Pope tells WSAV that roads and bridges, public safety, parks and rec, and the library could all benefit from future impact fee funds. If it's approved, Pope spoke with WSAV ahead of tonight's meeting about what attendees should expect.
The public hearing tonight will really provide our community an opportunity to hear what an impact fee is, what the expectations are for our completion of our methodology report, and at the end of our report we'll be able to have a per household number.
Tonight's meeting starts at 5:30 at the Bullock County North Main Annex at 115 North Main Street. Well, city, county, and state leaders all gathered today to discuss safety plans for the long-awaited St. Patrick's Day weekend. WSAV's Jillian Coles was there. She's got some tips for a fun and successful day of celebration.
Soon these streets will be decorated green and St. Patrick's Day celebrations will take over Savannah. But before that can happen, city leaders are making sure you have the tools you need to stay safe.
Police, medical, and fire teams will all be scattered throughout the city and beyond on St. Patrick's Day, making sure everyone is safe and rules are enforced. They say disorderly conduct, especially driving under the influence, will not be tolerated. Savannah Chief of Police Lenny Gunther advises having a plan, especially for parking. Arrive early, follow signage, and be patient and aware of your surroundings.
We ask you to take simple proactive steps. Lock your vehicles and remove all valuables. If you're coming with family, establish a designated meeting point and take a photo of your children on your phone before you arrive so you have an accurate description of their clothing.
To receive safety alerts from emergency management throughout St. Patrick's Day, text SAV alerts to 67283. For more safety tips, head to WSAV.com. Reporting in Savannah, Jillian Coles, WSAV News 3. On your side.
And we're less than 2 weeks away, officially today, 2 weeks away. Celebrations are going to ramp up across Savannah this Friday. The annual Greening of the Fountain happens in Forsyth Park. And on Sunday, the Celtic Cross Mass and Parade will take place. That starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. It's making its way to Emmett Park. Then, of course, Tuesday, March 17th, it's the St. Patrick's Day Mass starting at 8 o'clock at the Cathedral. And of course, that followed by the big parade. You can find everything you need to know to celebrate St. Patrick's Day on our website, WSAV.com/St. Pat's. And it is a big day right here at WSAV. We're kicking off another St. Jude Dream Home giveaway campaign. WSAV's Ben Singer joining us now with, well, what we can expect for another big year, Ben.
It's going to be a great one, Andrew. Thank you so much. So we have an amazing grand prize and 4 outstanding bonus prizes for you as well this year. So we have a rendering of the home being built right now by Landmark 24 Homes. It will have 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and 2,500 square feet of living space. It will be valued at $575,000. It is being built in the Oakwood at New Hampstead neighborhood of Southwest Chatham County. There is the QR code right there where you can scan and get your tickets. I talked with the builder a short time ago about them being a zero hero builder.
We are now entering our 4th year and never have passed it on a single cost. So it's something that our team, the community, Savannah, our trade partners, our Landmark 24 team, everybody just holds it near and dear. And we don't ever want to see that cost, come to St. Jude. We want it all to go to the Children's Hospital.
That is Eric Sanford there with Landmark 24 Homes. Now the first bonus prize, check this out, is an awesome trip to Montage Palmetto Bluff. This is a trip valued at $10,000. It is a 5-star resort on the May River in Bluffton. It's nestled in a nature preserve, which there's so much to explore there. You will get to stay in one of their guest house suites, a room just like this, 1,000 square feet of living space. To be eligible for this prize though, you must buy your ticket before the end of next week. Hundreds of them are already gone, so don't delay. Yes, that's a great incentive, but even if you don't win, your $100 ticket will help St. Jude Children's Research Hospital treat and defeat childhood cancer and other life-threatening diseases. It funds research and patient care. It ensures that no family ever receives a bill, not for treatment, travel, housing, or food. There are families from right here in our region benefiting from the proceeds of this giveaway right now. So you scan that QR code right there to purchase your ticket online. If you live in South Carolina, you do need to call a phone number to get your ticket, but if you go to the website, a number will pop up once you do enter your zip code. One lucky person will win the home in June, and I would love to call your name. So get your ticket right now.